Here to talk more about this, NBC News personal technology analyst and columnist for the Wall Street Journal, Joanna Stern. Joanna, good to have you with us. So we knew this would be sort of a gradual rollout once we first heard about Apple Intelligence. Walk us through what this integration of ChatGPT means, how it's expected to work with Siri. What are some examples of new things users could be able to do?
Yeah. So yesterday, iOS 18.2 came out, and I want to be clear here. Everyone with an iPhone, or most iPhones, got iOS 18.2, but only if you have an iPhone 15 Pro or iPhone 16, one of the iPhone 16 models released this year, will you get these artificial intelligence tools I'm about to talk about. So it's a bummer if you've got an older phone, and now the question is, are these tools going to convince you to go buy a new iPhone? That's what Apple's hoping. And so, yes, there's deep integration with ChatGPT, OpenAI's ChatGPT, throughout the operating system. The big one is Siri. If you ask Siri some questions and Siri's stumped, which, you know, is a lot of the time, it will go and ask you, can I ask ChatGPT this question? You can ask it to rewrite things. You can ask it to write things. And we can talk about my favorite thing, which is called Genmoji. This doesn't have anything to do with ChatGPT, but you can put in whatever phrase, I mean, not whatever phrase, but lots of different phrases and get an emoji of your dreams.
Yes, we just saw some pictures of that shrimp with the cowboy hat. Hilarious. Everybody loves an emoji, and it's fun to talk about some of the fun stuff. Joanna, are there any concerns for people who have been reticent to even use ChatGPT, maybe don't know a lot about AI, and it's kind of like, I don't know if I want this on my phone? Are there any concerns?
Well, so Apple has been very clear and careful with this. You do not have to turn on what they call Apple Intelligence, which is their suite of AI tools. In fact, when you get this new operating system update, it will ask you if you want to opt into using Apple Intelligence entirely. And then it takes that extra step. If it's going to ask ChatGPT something, it gives you a pop-up that says, do you want to use ChatGPT here? So you absolutely do not have to use any of this. If you want to use this, as I mentioned, you need to really have one of these newer phones.
You mentioned this question of will it translate to more sales? What do investors and analysts think? Do they think it's going to lead to more sales? I mean, what ultimately is the goal of this?
Well, investors and analysts really wanted this to lead to more sales, especially when the iPhone was announced in September. They said this was going to start an iPhone super cycle, which is when everyone goes out and upgrades. That is just not what's happened. But what this has done is add new features like Apple does every year for people who do need to upgrade. And most people do go out and upgrade every few years. They want to have something new, or their old phone is broke, or there's a good and compelling trade-in deal. And so these just give you some extra things. And what I said in my review of this new operating system is, well, this is finally the iPhone 16 we were promised. This is what they talked about on stage in September. Now it's finally here just a few months later.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.